All right, I need to set up my copy trader here. Real quick, give me a second. Still waiting. Oh my gosh, of course, of course, of course! Hello? My copy trader set up. All right, we're good. Holy crap, I didn't even see that. Wow. What the heck? Alright, we still, wow, that's a huge pullback. A huge pullback. Alright, while we wait for this, I'll mark out the 5-minute range like I always do, to give me an idea of where that 5-minute range is. We got, what, 2 minutes left? In the meantime, let's kind of look at the hourly chart, see what's going on there. Alright. So we swept out these hourly highs, retracing, possibly back to the 200. We're holding... Possibly we could hold this 200. We got a pivot point down there. So we have some support coming up here that it could possibly hold. All right. 15-minute retracing into the imbalance. Again, holding that 200 there. And to the 5-minute, waiting for that 5-minute range to close. See how this thing... I mean, I could pretty much mark out the highs. I think that high is set. If for some reason it does come back up there, I'll redraw it, but should be... Yeah, we got like 30 seconds left. And then... Alright. And then we got the low down there. $15 seconds left. Pretty much draw that low. And after this, I gotta check. Alright, I gotta check news now. We got any news coming out? Oh, we got PMI at 945. It's a yellow folder though. All right. Well, we shall wait. We shall wait. Oh, don't tell me this thing is lagging again. Oh, it's not. I'm on the 5-minute chart. Oops. I was like, don't tell me this freaking chart is lagging. Alright, now we're good. We're on the 1-minute chart. Alright, we'll see. See if we get anything. We're still holding view up here. So view up is pairing nicely with that 5-minute low. So there could be some support down here. We'll see. We have not taken out pre-market highs yet. It was very close to taking out pre-market highs, but didn't quite take them out. So maybe an interesting opportunity here if we could displace above this 689 level and then inverse that gap, start and kind of retrace back into it for a potential long. We'll see. It is 36, so we'll see. Oh man, I only got, oh wait. Wow, don't tell me this thing's gonna take out the low one more time. See if we could just get a quick pop up to that high up there. Buyers trying to step in here. Kind of took out that low already, so seeing if we could get a quick pop. Actually, let me move it up here. Ooh, seller's pretty aggressive here, so gotta keep an eye out, keep a watch out for that. Oh man, we got VWAP down there holding. Looks like it wants to go lower. Sucks. I may break that 5-minute range here. Yeah, there it goes. Man, I thought I was gonna hold that 5-minute range, but man, it just took it out. Well, on to the next. Oh. See what happens here. Now if it starts to displace, I mean, 40. We got 5 minutes till that stupid news comes out. That freaking PMI. Were you in shorts? No, I was in longs. Well, All right. You should be in shorts in Florida. Yeah, I know. We had a cold front for New Year's. Now it's starting to finally warm back up, but yeah, this freaking cold weather is. It should be like in the 60s today, so. But it's not warm enough. As price went down, you were green. Oh, what the heck? Wait. Did I accidentally get into... I'm confused. I thought Yeah, I am green. I am super confused right now. Oh, I did get into shorts. Well, that was a blessing of a mistake. Yeah, I'm up $200. I didn't even realize that. On 8 accounts. This keeps retesting. I'm gonna wait for this news to come out. I don't want to get... It's a yellow folder news, but... Waiting for the test to go short. We are still holding this. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. We got 1 minute. 1 minute till news. I don't think it's gonna do anything though. It's a yellow folder. We're still above VWAP. That's the thing. It swept this low right here, but we're still above VWAP, so it's pretty bullish right now. If I do, maybe I'll try to catch a little... I'll size down just a little bit, just to... see if this will... It retraces. Let's see. Alright, took out that internal. I may be interested if we get a little bit of a pullback here. Ugh. Apex eval okay news. Yeah. I'm saying for news because Take Profit Trader has some rules about news events where it's like, but their rule is for major news events, which like PMI is technically a major news event, but it's a yellow. I don't know, so how that works. So I try to just stay out of news, just for But yeah, Apex does not have any rules for news. You could do whatever. Looks like it wants to go for that high. I was hoping for that retrace back in here to test this level imbalance, but looks like it's just going. It's going, baby. All right, taking out the high. Holy crap, taking out pre-market. Burping. Man. Still displacing above here. See if we could get a retest of this 740 type level. We're starting to displace now. Would be interesting for a retest. If it could give it to me. $1,400 one contract, nice. Get in, get your money, and get out. See if I can get a quick retest of this 740 level, 737 technically. I went smaller size on this one, but I think if we could get a really quick retest, if it could fill me, but damn it. Oh, that pullback wasn't deep enough. I was hoping for a deeper pullback. Oh, man. I was looking for shorts. No, I'm looking for longs. I'm trying to go with the trend. That's why I was looking for this pullback that happened. I was hoping for a deeper pullback. I had an order in at 737s. It pulled back to 744. That's exactly what I was looking for, is that pullback and then the surge in volume again, just to retest that high. Man, now it's like, now at this point, right now, what I would have to wait at this point is for now a deeper pullback, an even deeper pullback to maybe retest these levels, form some structure, break out of it, and then we can go from there. But as of now, I mean, right, I only go with momentum, so I'm only looking for a long, and trying to get a long way up here is not the smartest thing to do because it's going to retrace. You want to wait for the retrace, structure to form, and then go for a long, not buy at the very top. Break and retest. That's the strategy I'm using, is just a break and retest strategy, going with the momentum. So when we're above VWAP, I only look for longs. When we're below VWAP, I only look for shorts. Put myself in a good spot of not trading against the trend. When there's a lot of buying pressure, I want to go with the buyers. I want to be with the majority. I don't want to try to fade every, you know. It just puts me in a way better spot. But yeah, pretty much break and retest. You have a level that forms. When it breaks that level with volume, then it comes back and retests that level as support to continue going in a direction. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't know if I should still try to take a long here. I think I'll wait a little bit. This may be a good level because this could bounce off the 5 minute, but probably gonna have some buying pressure stepping in here. But I kind of would want to wait for a deeper pullback, because it's already tried to retest that level and shot up. Now the second one could, you know, the pullback could be deeper. What up? What up? Good morning. Man, looks like I should have left my order in. Thing about it is, it already tried to come back and retest that level, so the second retest is like less probability that it's gonna hold. It could, but yeah, it's good. Starting off the new year. First trading day of the year. Oh boy. We're locking in for 2026. We're locking in. We're being disciplined. Trading with momentum. Trading with the trend. Being level-headed. Not being stupid. New Year accounts blown. No way. You seriously blew all... No way you freaking blew all your accounts. Oh, you're saying... Oh, as a saying? Yeah, new year, new account. No, I'm planning to not blow planning to not blow these accounts. It takes a while for me to get, you know, 7 funded accounts. So I prefer... That's why I don't go crazy per trade. I kind of, you know, I'll hold. I guarantee you there are some people out there that probably blew accounts already. It's like the first, hasn't even been an hour, and they've already, I guarantee you a bunch of people have blown accounts to start out the new year. I heard everyone's full porting to celebrate New Year's. I could even start that could either start your year out like a very good, or it could start it out horrible. Man, people like to spend money on evals. Why not just give me the money? If people like to just blow evals and waste money. Now, but some people rinse them. I get it. Some people rinse accounts and it works for them. You just need a lot of money to be able to do that. And prop firms don't like that. So when prop firms see kind of that you're rinsing accounts, they really don't like that. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't buy on the second pullback. I wanted the first touch, because that second touch becomes less likely. It looks like it doesn't even want to hold anymore. So I want a deeper pullback. I want to pull back closer to view up. Gives me a better probability. We're at 10 o'clock too, so we may get a retrace to go, you know, for that second leg up. It's having trouble holding this imbalance, so we'll see. Patience, 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 my friends. Patience. What is rinsing an account? It's pretty much when people will buy an account, go full port, pass the evaluation, get a funded account, go full port, and they just kind of like, they rinse accounts. So they'll go full port on a trade in a funded account, and you need consistency rule. So they'll just go hard on every single trade, and that's the way they get to payouts pretty quickly. But you got to make sure that consistency rule, you can't. So, but they go hard on every trade, so the consistency rule stays, you know, as long as if you go hard on every trade. So pretty much they get to the payouts quickly, but they blow a lot of accounts because they have no drawdown. They're blowing accounts on like 1 to 2 trades. And then you have people, no lie, you have people spending like $6,000 a month on evals. So picture this. If you're spending $6,000 a month on evals, picture how many evals you are blowing. You are blowing evals. You are going through evals like crazy to be spending $6K a month. But they do that, and then finally they end up getting, and they're also copy trading accounts, so that starts to add up pretty quickly when you copy trading and blowing accounts. But when they do get to that payout, right, they're taking a $50,000 payout, and, you know, maybe spending 20K by the time they get a 50K. So it does work, but like I said, I think some prop firms don't like that. That's personally not my strategy. I take it easy, as you can see. I risk like $1 to $200 per trade. So a lot of times I take multiple trades per day, so there's no reason for me to go heavy when I have 7 accounts, right? So it's like if I risk $200, what is that? You know, that's a decent amount of money. Like $1,400 is not a little amount of money to make per day. So consistency was the worst thing ever exist. I don't want to have to be a good trader. Yeah, I mean, crap, I should have. Looks like that level did hold. Yeah, it's people complain about the consistency rule, but it's like, you know, it makes sense why prop firms do it. Like, they don't want people to just keep full porting and just keep getting the payouts that way. Like, prop firms, you gotta understand, prop firms have rules because they need to survive too. They can't just let people milk the system and then just get crazy payouts and then they end up going under. The whole goal of a prop firm is for the actual traders who do it correctly, who can actually make money, for those traders to get the payouts. $1,400 a week will work for me. Yeah, like $1,400 a week. Like, you got to think about it. Like, you can take 1 trade a week and you're already like in a good spot. Like, how many people? That's above what the average person makes, and that's in 1 trade. That's in like, that's not even like. Think about it in the perspective. Doing $1,400 a week when you're copy trading 7 accounts, that is incredibly easy to do. That is not like something that's like, you can literally do that in 1 trade in 1 hour. But obviously, it's not as simple as just taking a trade and not trading for the rest of the week. Obviously, there's going to be losing trades, winning trades, so it all balances out in the end. But like, keep a level headed. Like, be level headed. Don't look at all these. Don't look at all these affiliates and stuff posting, you know, $20,000 days, and then you have, you know, a $500 day, and you're over here thinking, well, that's nothing. I need a 20K day. That's nothing. Like, understand that $500 is a lot of money. Like, be in that mindset that these base hits add up. Just like if you have super tight stop losses, you're always getting stopped out. Well, base hit trades, they start to add up. You take a win here, you take a win here, you take a win here, you take a small win there, a small win there, and guess what? Your P&L starts to grow. As long as you don't break your rules and then all of a sudden have a crazy red day. Can you describe what's happening with the wicks? I mean, the wicks are pretty much... That means a lot of sellers stepped in or buyers stepped in, right? Which makes sense. Like, remember, initially I had my order here at 737s when it broke out of this range with volume. Why? Because this level can hold now as support when it breaks like that. So I was looking for a deeper pullback. Look, in hindsight, yeah, that second pullback ended up working, but... I was looking for this first leg down to be a little bit deeper. But why does this wick happen? Is because, right, price pulls back and then naturally you're going to have a lot of buyers stepping in because that's a pretty big level, right? You can see that is a pretty big level. So when that big level breaks and displaces and then pulls back to it, a lot of times everyone's seeing that level. So a lot of buyers are stepping in. Algos are probably stepping in. So you have all this buying pressure happen, and that's indicating in a wick where a lot of buyers stepped in. Same thing kind of with sellers. You see price up here. Price tapped, right, this 803 level and then aggressively sold off. It's a lot of sellers stepping in right there. Now we're getting the next leg pullback. So now you got to think about it. If this displaces heavy, you got to be careful because this now could turn into resistance. If they can't hold this range and it starts displacing back inside like it is doing right now, there's a chance where if we displace, it comes back up and retest that as resistance. But obviously, I would not take a trade like that because we're above VWAP. And like I said, I don't short above VWAP because that's putting myself in, you know, in kind of like going against the trend, which is not always the best idea to do. Now, if your strategy allows you to do that and you make money, then, you know, go ahead. But I just found for myself, it just puts me in a better spot. First of all, to not overtrade. Because when you don't have rules, you start to kind of spot opportunities left and right. And you got to keep yourself level-headed and give yourself rules to keep yourself in check to not, you know, go crazy. How far back do you look? I look at all time frames. In the morning, I get up and I start to look at hourly chart, 15. So the time frames I look at is the hourly, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and so on, and the 1-minute. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. All right, so let's see. 5 minute range. 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 5 All right. Man, way to start a year. There was a freaking earthquake in Mexico. Way to start this year off with an earthquake. Hey, we're starting this year off with a... I'm not going to say. With a banger. Oh, man. Hopefully nobody got hurt. I shouldn't make jokes about that. I had a 300K account. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. If it depends, your sizing is gonna depend on your drawdown, the account size. I always get the 50K accounts. I never get the 300K. I think the 50K accounts are the best value for what you get, in my opinion. Right? Like the level you have to reach to get a payout, like $3,000 profit target versus a 20, like Apex is a $2,500 or $2,400 drawdown. That's a pretty good ratio. $7,500 drawdown on 300K. Yeah, it's $7,500, but you have to reach, right? What's the profit target you have to reach? You have to reach a way bigger profit target, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can either have one, it's like you can have one 300K account, or you can have, you know, a bunch of 50K accounts. Kind of, you're risking the same, especially if you copy trade. 20K profit target. Yeah. So I mean, it's like, yeah, it seems it's a bigger profit target, but you can risk more per trade. So your P&Ls are going to be just bigger. Versus like my P&Ls are going to be smaller per account, but overall they're, you know, they're similar. Imagine having to make 20K before you even make money. Yeah, it seems like a lot, but when you're, you know, when you're like risking $1,000 per trade, I mean, it's not the worst thing, you know. Like if you have a day where you make $2,000-$3,000, you can get there pretty quickly if you're hitting $2,000 days. Or $1,000, you know, risking $1,000 per trade. But I don't know. I prefer, for some reason, I prefer to have, you know, like 5 50K accounts. Actually, hold on. Let me do the math on that. You said $7,500 drawdown, right? So technically that would be 6 accounts would be 50K. Apex is what? Is it 2,400? Let me make sure. I already forgot what the drawdown is. I think it's 24 or it's 24 or 25. It's 24. Let me see. All right, 4 days for the sale left. It's $2,500. All right, $2,500. So that's, yeah, dude. 50Ks are way better. That's what I'm saying. Listen, if you get 6 $50,000 accounts, if you get 6 $50,000 accounts, that is the equivalent to having a $300,000 account, right? Copy traded. But with a 50K account, if you have 6 accounts, that's a $2,500 drawdown multiplied by 6 accounts. That means I have a $15,000 drawdown. Before I blow those accounts, I have a $15,000 drawdown with a $300,000 account. But if you get a one account that's 300K and you have only $7,500 in drawdown versus 15,000, that's a massive difference. Yeah, so the 300K full, 7,500. It's better to get 6 50K accounts than one 300K account. 100%. You get twice as much drawdown. Yeah, but that's a lot more out of pocket for activation fees. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but if you're somebody like me that you're planning to keep those accounts for a long time, then I mean, you're looking like right now is like these are the kind of times that it's good to scale accounts because it's like 90% off. So if you're doing like, say, $85 activation fee all in times 6, yeah, you're paying about $500 if you pass those accounts for 6 accounts. So you're paying about $500, which it's more, but you do get more drawdown when you're actually in a you know, when you're actually in a funded account. You get so much more drawdown that I think it's worth it. But that's why, you know, that's why, like, when I was activating, when I was trying to pass my 6 accounts, actually 7 accounts, I was like, I was being careful, right? I wasn't going hardcore on every trade. It took me like a month and a half to pass that evaluation, which a lot of people would be like, that's dumb trying to pass an evaluation for a month and a half. But guess what? I'm going to spend $500-$600 on activation fees. I'm not about to just, you know, turn that $500-$600 into $1,000 because I keep blowing 6 accounts or 7 accounts. So I took my time. I slowly built there. I took my time. I slowly built it, and got to that payout. So now, who's to say I can't just do that again and just get to that payout window now? I just have to do that one more time, get to that, you know, and then make a little bit on top of that, and then you could start taking crazy payouts. If you have 550Ks, that's 25K a week if you have the withdrawal limit. It starts to add up like crazy. It really does. Yeah, I tried them. Oh, you're talking about Apex? Intraday drawdown. Yeah, when you have intraday drawdown, you have to take profits. So it's like, for me, I don't really see an issue with it because I'm a scalper. I take what I can get. I don't let like trades really run into profit like crazy and then stop me out at break even. I don't do that. Like, I take profits. I'm typically a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So I take base hit profits. So it really does not affect me. It does affect people that try to go for the crazy P&Ls, like the crazy, like, but for me, it really doesn't bother me. It actually keeps me more disciplined because it makes me be very careful about where I take profits. So I can lock in those profits and not, you know. But it depends how you trade, obviously, so. 420 for all 5, no activation fees. Wait, for what firm? Oh, Top Step? Yeah, that's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal, but their freaking platform issues are the thing, and them making you use their platform, also another thing where like I wouldn't want to. It's just not worth it for me. Like, for me personally, it would not be worth it. There's plenty of other prop firms that I could use that allow me to use my brokerage, and I don't have to use their brokerage. It's just not, you know. But it's not a bad price. And plus their platform issues, it's like, last thing I want to do is be in a trade and then all of a sudden I can't close the trade because they're having issues. Alright, I'm going to hop off in like 3 minutes. But see, this is a prime example of why I say I only look for shorts. Right? Like, this is why I only look for shorts below VWAP. Like, this retracement up, although it didn't really form any structure. This is a structure right here that got broken, but really it never retraced. So it took out that low without... Ideally, what you would want to see is like a displacement below the structure, a retrace back into it, and then go for the low. Like, put yourself with everybody. If sellers are in control, why not wait for this push up and then wait for some structure to form or whatever, and then go with the sellers. Be with the people that are in control of the market. My funded futures, I got 5 50K accounts, $77 each, end of day drawdown. Yeah, that's not bad. Not gonna lie, that's not a bad price. $77 each. I mean, they're all pretty much like, most prop firms are around the same price. Apex is like 85, they're 77. Other prop firms like Take Profit Trader, they have their like, they don't have an activation fee, and I think you get refunded it when you get your first payout or something like that, or some kind of thing like that. And they're like $100, so they're all pretty much at a similar price. Yeah, they refund you so I don't like, that's why I said I go with multiple. There's not like one prop firm that's like the best prop firm out there. I just go with the popular ones. You got Tradeify, you got Take Profit Trader, you got Apex. Just go with the top ones, and then, you know, you should be good. As long as you don't go with some no-name prop firm that, like, it's just going to take your money, and then when you get to a payout, they're not going to pay you out. I like the one with the least rules. Yeah, I mean, they all got similar rules too. They all have pretty much like drawdown rules, whether it's end of day or intraday. They all have consistency rules, right? Or some of them, I guess, don't. Now, some of them don't have consistency rules. So I guess maybe that could like really, like I said, for me, taking base hits, it really, like, none of these rules really make a difference to me. Whether it's intraday, draw, like intraday, end of day, consistency, like I don't even like, those don't really apply because I'm never hitting like crazy trade, like consistency rule, right? I'm never hitting like an insane trade because I'm always taking those base hits. I'm locking in profits. So I've never had an issue with consistency rule because I always risk the same amount per trade. So if they don't have rules, they haven't been rinsed yet. Exactly. It's like, it's a red flag. If a prop firm comes out with very little rules, it's a big red flag, and I would stay away from them because people are going to rinse them. They're going to go out of business, and you're going to get caught with a bunch of profit in your account and unable to take a payout. So rules aren't bad. Rules are good because like Apex has been around for so long because they have rules in place and they're able to pay people out and, you know, and not have to go under because they have no rules and people take advantage of them. Rules are there to protect themselves from people taking advantage. A lot of people shit on prop firms like, oh, they're just trying to, you know, take advantage of trade. You got to understand the model, right? Understand the model of prop firms. They make money off of people losing money, like people blowing accounts. There's no secret to it. The people that keep blowing accounts, right? These prop firms make money from those people because the statistic is 90% of people lose money. So if 90% of people have no discipline and just keep blowing accounts left and right, they make a lot of money and they pay out the people who actually are disciplined and get those payouts and follow the rules. Then they pay out those people with that money. It's not a secret. It's not like a, you know, it's just how the model works. And some people don't like it because some people, oh, they make money off of traders failing. I mean, yeah, that's the whole model of it, which, like for me, prop firms, I'm a big proponent of prop firms because prop firms are the reason why I learned how to trade. If it wasn't for prop firms, I don't know if I would be a trader. Like, I don't know if I would even last long enough because I wouldn't be able to just keep refunding live accounts like I used to, like blowing the way I blew prop firm accounts when I was learning. I wouldn't be able to do that with a live account. I wouldn't have lasted long enough. There would be a point where I would have had to say, all right, I have to call it quits because I'm spending way too much money. But prop firms allowed me to, you know, spend $100, blow it, and then a month later spend another $100 and be able to learn while having some risk on the table. So prop firms are a great tool if you use them correctly. They absolutely have changed a lot of people's lives. Can you imagine like getting a $50,000 payout? That's life-changing money for a lot of people. So they've changed a lot of people's lives. And that's why I have affiliate codes, and yeah, I do make affiliate commissions from, like, if you use my code, and I'm appreciative of that. I don't just push those code. Like, I don't have a code just because I am a big proponent of prop firms. They have helped me, and it's something that I have found beneficial, you know. And I only have codes for prop firms that I use myself. I will never have a code for a prop firm that I don't use or haven't used. Lost 10K. What you gonna do about it? Lost 10K. What you gonna do about it, bud? Let me keep gambling. Hey, if you wanna be just like, there's two types of traders, right? And you'll see this on TikTok lives. There are traders who actually want to make money, who are disciplined, and there are traders who just want to gamble, right? And whatever. If that's, I probably shouldn't say that word because I'm gonna get flagged. If you're somebody who wants to do that, then do it. I mean, it's, if that, you know, I can't stop you from doing that. Do you, but understand what you're doing, right? If you keep failing and failing and failing and failing, don't look back 4 years down the road and go, this is a scam. Like, this whole thing is a scam. Well, it's not really a scam because you traded it. You treated it as gambling. So if you treat it that way, you can't be mad about just continuing to lose money. Like, if you go into a casino, you can't be mad about losing money. I mean, it's like, you understand the risk you're taking, right? Especially if you're just placing random things. If you're walking to a slot machine and spinning it and just doing random things. You understand what you're walking into. That's why they say, don't risk more than you're willing to lose. Have you ever been paid out by... No, I haven't. I have not been paid out by Apex yet. I'm working my way up there. They also let people YOLO accounts. Yeah, it's a plus and it's a minus for them because they get a few YOLOs where people hit big and it could start going downhill. Yeah, it's not a scam. It's how you use prop firms. It's how you use them. If you're actually like somebody who locks in and has discipline and wants to be a good trader and doesn't go hardcore and just like, you're generally wanting to learn this craft. It's a craft that can pay you a lot of money if you learn how to do it. If you master your own psychology and master discipline, you can absolutely learn how to do this and start making money. But very few people are able to do it because most people can't go through the psychological of like going through drawdown, being disciplined. You got to be disciplined in everyday life. Go to the gym, like, you know, work out, go to the gym, like do all this stuff in actual day-to-day life. Like simple tasks like making your bed and washing the dish, like simple tasks like that. Like train your mind to be disciplined. Train your mind to follow rules that you have put in yourself. That's how you become a good trader too, is the things you do in day-to-day life will make you a good trader. But if you're not disciplined in anything you do, what makes you think you're going to be disciplined in the hardest thing? So some of the hardest things to do in, you know, a job like trading. That's some of the hardest things to do. That's why it has such a high failure rate, because most people can't do it. Most people, it's not that most people can't do it. It's that most people aren't in it long enough to be able to learn. Most people don't even want to learn. They treat it as like a video game. They just kind of like, whatever. I mean, you take even a sport, when there are, like, even take high school sports, middle school sports. Like, there are kids that legit want to get good at a sport to become a professional. It has a very low success rate to become like a professional, you know, like a football player, NFL or NBA. Very low rate, right? Because you do have kids and you hear the stories of Kobe Bryant and all these, like, you know, GOATs. You hear of all of them and you hear their training regimen. Like, they used to train 8 hours a day and, like, they set themselves apart because they wanted to be the greatest. Same thing in trading. If you want to be the greatest, you got to set yourself apart. You got to put in the work on yourself and on your trading. And it's very difficult to do, but if it's very possible to do if you have the discipline to do it. But this thing is selling off like crazy. Other day, He was talking about TGR trades. I found out he's a scam. Why do you mean? Why is he a scam artist? He had a prop firm close down shop and didn't pay. Oh yeah, he had that. Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing about that was. Apparently, he has actually a video explaining it. He has a video explaining how he kind of let someone take control. Like, if you go on his channel, you can find that video where he talks about it. So, I mean, I wouldn't consider him like a scam. Like, I think he's a genuine guy. I mean, he tries to make his money. I mean, but like I said, I don't know because I don't know him personally. So, I don't know. I'm careful with, like, trusting somebody. Like, it's very difficult nowadays to trust anybody because everybody, if they get a sniff of, you know, if you have a prop firm come to you and offer you, or a brokerage, how a lot of people do it. If you have a brokerage come to you and offer you, hey, we're gonna pay you $100K a month if you push our platform, we'll give you money to trade on our platform, we'll give you this, and you know, you have a lot of traders doing that. And you see them pushing a bunch of offshore brokerages and this and that because they're paying these traders to pay on to get you to get on the brokerage. It could get very, like, you know, I don't know what they're doing behind this. So I can't say this person's a scam, this person's not. I really don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. That's something that God only knows if that person is a scam or not. I mean, if they have a conscience, like me personally, I don't know how people do that. Like how people like scam other people and push certain things. Like I think to myself, I hear of these like things happening and I'm like, do these people not have a conscience? Like that would bother me. Like me, like to be a person who does something to screw over a whole bunch of people. Like you think of even crypto rug pulls and stuff like that. I'm like, do these people not have a conscience? Like, I would not be able to do that. My conscience would bother the crap out of me if I did that. I guess maybe if you're a person who just keeps, like, doing that kind of stuff, eventually you get to a level where you have no conscience. I don't know. That's why I'm so, like, I don't want, like, for me, my name means more to me than any money out there that I can make. So it's like, if somebody comes to me with a crazy offer and I know it's like, it's very scam, I'm not going to take it because my name means more. I don't want to be known as somebody that's a scam artist. I don't want to be known as that. That's why I'm very like, I don't want to have a Discord. I don't want to have a course. I don't want to have any of that. Only thing I do is have like affiliate codes and I make like a small commission from those. But that's because that's something that's helped me. So, and it's something I use myself. So it's not something I'm like, and people are gonna buy prop firms anyways. So, but yeah, it's these days it's insane, man. You got so many people, you don't know who to trust. That's why I'm saying be careful about buying someone's Discord or course or whatever. You never know who you could trust. Everyone's out there. In the end of the day, everyone wants to make money, right? And some people sadly will do whatever it takes to make money. They will screw over. I've known this in business. I'm in the car business, right? I'm in business and I know I've learned the hard way where you can put your trust in somebody and then as soon as you turn around, they get a knife and they freaking stab you right in the back as soon as you turn around. They'll smile to you. They'll act like everything's okay. And as soon as you turn around, they'll stab you in the back. That's just a sad reality of money where people will do anything for money. So you got to be careful. All right, I said I was going to be off. I got to start hopping off. I got to go. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Appreciate the follows. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Holy dude, look at this. As soon as you get a little pump, you just get a massive red candle down. So be careful about longing anywhere here. This is why I say, again, I'm reiterating this. Go with the trend. Go with the trend. Can you imagine somebody like longing up here thinking that this is gonna keep going up and then look at that. Just sellers are in control. So even though buyers did step in, and then look at that. Sellers just took control and you just had this massive dump back down. So, be careful. If you take, Yeah, my general, I'm not saying you have to do it. I can't give you financial advice or any of that. But what I do personally, I say this all the time, right? I only look for shorts below view up. We are below view up. So when we're below view up, I'm only looking for shorts. So like this leg up right here, I was looking for a short setup. Sadly, there was no like, here's some structure that got formed right there that broke it, never really retraced into it. Here you had some structure that, you know, it did break and it did kind of retrace back into it to continue going down. I didn't take that trade. I was just too busy talking, so I didn't really pay attention to what was going on. But that's kind of a setup too, where, you know, you get that break, you get a retest to continue going down. Yeah, when something has sold off this much, you got to be careful when you're shorting, because this thing can pop up at any time and continue ripping up. So you could take shorts, but if I take shorts, I want, like, you know, a little pull up for price to push all the way up here and then try to short at, like, when it starts breaking back down. But all right, I gotta go eat, and then I got some stuff. got a lot of work to do today. But I'll be back. Oh, I was saying, dude, this is such a weird freaking week. It feels like a Monday. I was about to say I'll be back tomorrow, but tomorrow's Saturday, so hopefully I don't get up and and come to the office for no reason. No, I'll remember. The best feeling in the world. Isn't it the best feeling in the world when you're laying in bed and you're like, you wake up and you're thinking it's like you have to get up for work, and you just like, oh man, today's Saturday. That's like that's one of the best feelings in the world that you get. And I love to trade, right? I like to get up in the morning and go to trade, but there are some days where I'm just like, man, I'm so tired. Like, especially when you have a day when you're really tired and you don't feel like, there are days where I don't feel like trading. But I force myself to get up, and once I come to the office, once I get going, then I'm like, I'm in it. But yeah, price action has been good today. So if this is like a foreshadowing of what's coming in this month, this is going to be a really good month. Hopefully price action continues to be like this. Hopefully. We'll see. But all right. All right, I'm gonna hop off. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. We'll be back here for Monday for some more profits or more trades or losses. But we'll be back. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace out.